We're back at home, and the stakes could not be any higher tonight as Swick is back in region play with only 4 games to go in the regular season. 4 games remaining in region play. A region tournament spot is on the line. Swick is trying to get there, but they'll still need at least 2 wins before they can accomplish that, or a Lincoln Trail loss next time they play. They're off tonight. But Swick is looking to get back to the game of volleyball they played just 2 weeks ago. Now losers of 4 straight ball games, they look to get back in the win column against a team that's also lost a few games in a row. The Bobcats of Frontier Community College coming in losers of their last 3 straight. Now I will tell you, they're 17-15, 8-8 in region play. And you might be thinking, well, Frontier, they struggled last year, went 2-31, did not win a single region game. Why does tonight matter? Well, the Bobcats have played some really good volleyball, and as I was saying last night, to a lot of people, you cannot overlook Frontier. We'll talk about that in a moment. But tonight in region play, the Bobcats of Frontier Community College. Your Blue Storm of Southwestern Illinois College here at home. Steven Stockman as we welcome into our Swick Volleyball pregame show. Glad to have you along. The stakes cannot get any higher. Everything is in front of Swick, but everything is on the line as well. Coach and I talked about this last night after the game, and he made up a point, and I really haven't been thinking about this over the last week or so, but this is, you have to win now. Swick right now is currently fighting for one of those region tournament spots. They should get it, but if they continue to kind of slide the way they have over the last 4 games, it may make things tough. Swick is 9-5 in region play, while Lincoln Trail, the first team out, the last team that's currently left. There's only 7 teams left for contention of region tournament spots, with Wabash Valley, Shawnee, and Southeast Illinois all being eliminated. They're only 7-8. They are 2.5 games back, plus another half game, so 3 games back with Swick having the tiebreaker. But that could quickly fall. You could lose a game and a half right away if you lose the tiebreaker with Lincoln Trail next week. And all it takes is for Swick to fall. Swick just needs 2 wins or a win and a Lincoln Trail loss, or 2 Lincoln Trail losses to lock up their spot. But Frontier has other ideas. And I'll say this about Lincoln Trail next week. I'm going to say this about Frontier tonight. This is a team in Frontier that is fighting for their season. They would like to make the region tournament. They would like to get there after a season last year that went 2-31, 0-19 in region play. They are a team that's fighting for that spot. And I say this about a team, you never want to face a team that's fighting for their season. Those are the most dangerous teams, when they have nothing to lose, when they're literally fighting for survival in the region, and that's Frontier. Lincoln Trail is going to be exactly like that on Wednesday when we finish off the regular season with them. They are going to be fighting for their season. But that's the same thing with Frontier tonight. This is why they've been playing some good volleyball. I know they've lost 3 straight ball games, but I want to tell you right now, those 3 losses they've played good, and the wins before that they've played good. I'm telling you, you cannot overlook Frontier. You cannot overlook anybody left in the region play. You have to win. This is the moment. You have to beat the moment, and you have to play your game of volleyball. Frontier, just give you since October. Let's do it since the last time actually Swick faced them back on the 17th. They lost to John A. in 3, defeated Southeastern Illinois in 3, lost to Kaskaskia in 4, won 4 straight over Wabash Valley in 4, Shawnee in 3, East Central Missouri in 3, and Ren Lake in 5. They had their win streak snapped with a 4-set loss to Lincoln Trail. By the way, Frontier has that tiebreaker on Lincoln Trail, which, by the way, if Frontier loses tonight, Lincoln Trail and Frontier would be tied, but Frontier would have the tiebreaker as of right now. They only have 2 region games left, by the way. Frontier, Lincoln Trail has 3. That's how close we are to the finish right now. Lost to Lincoln Trail in 4 before winning 4 straight games over Southeastern Illinois in 3, STLCC in 3, Vincennes in 4. That was the big one we talked about last Monday, and Shawnee in 3. They've lost 3 straight games. Now, those 3 straight losses were to Parkland, where they took a set in the first game of 2 with them. They took a set against Parkland, fallen in 4, though, and then fell in 3 sets. And then they had Lakeland. They played close against Lakeland Monday. So, crazy. It was 2 days ago. That's Frontier. I think they obviously want to get to the region tournament, but no matter how I think these last 2 games ends from, they look to finish 500. And they've had a successful season. But I know they're not done, and they don't think they're done. And they obviously hold it on that last tournament spot, but they want to stay in that spot and make the region tournament. They're hoping to get it done. If they win tonight, that'd be huge for them. They would be 9-8. Lincoln Trail would be 7-8. And they are, you do the math, they're 2 wins away. They just got to win out the last 2, and they're in the region tournament. Back to Swick, though, we got to play a little bit better. And I want to talk a little bit about that mineral area game last night. We did not do well in blocks. We did not do well on serve-receive, which was kind of 2 things I looked at. I remember the serve-receive, that 3rd set, which was kind of rough. And we've had moments like that this year where serve-receive hasn't been great. We've had good games, too, but I go back to that 4-game losing streak earlier this year where one of those losses was to middle area, and we had a really good serve-receive that game. Only had 4 serve-receive errors. But how about 2 games prior against Lakeland where we had 9 serve-receive errors? So I'm hoping there's a similarity between that 4-game losing streak and the 4-game losing streak we're on right now, because it ended with a win against Frontier. And that would be great. Let's start another 8-game win streak. I would be fine with that. Maybe, I guess it would have to be 9 games because you got to go 3-3. Yeah, you got to go. It actually need to be 10 games to win 3 games in the region tournament, 3 games in the district tournament to get to the national tournament. I'd be fine with the 10-game win streak. But just look at some of the numbers. Swick only hit 141, and that's the big thing right now. Swick was hitting 255, I want to say, after the win against Vincennes, maybe 256. That has fallen down to 245, and that's something that's been really hurting Swick. We've had a couple games now over the last week where we're hitting 100. Like last night, we hit 141. That's got to be – we got to be better in that. Another thing is blocks. We only had 4 total blocks last night. That wasn't great in that category. We had only 22 assists. We got to be better there. We had 11 serve-receive errors, which we'll have to be better on. We did not – I thought Ashlyn Hughes had an ace last night. The box score is saying she did. I might have to check up on that. Make sure she gets credit for it because I swear she had an ace. I swear she did. I'll have to go back and look. But nonetheless, there are some categories that this team is built on. The blocks, the middles, the kills with the outsides, the defense. We have the talent to do well in those categories, but we did not see it last night against Middle Air. We didn't really see it against John A. But as we go into the final few games, we have a goal in mind, and that goal is still accomplishable. There's no way it's not. We have 4 region games left, region tournament, district tournament. It starts with winning tonight, and like I said, we're 2 wins away from clinching that spot. And I think I made this point when the first time we played Frontier at Frontier. I said that's a huge game to win because what if we go into the last week of the regular season and we're fighting for a region tournament spot? That's kind of what this is right now. It's not 100%. Obviously, it feels we're more locked up than we're out. But talk about how huge that win was. We have shown that we can compete with those teams. And Coach mentioned this one thing last night, and I think this is a really good point. I'm going to say this anyway, even if he doesn't like me saying it. I don't think he would have an issue with it. But he said that John A. saw some glimpses of us on Monday night. They saw some glimpses of us that they might not liked because we had a really good first set. We had a really good second set. We just couldn't pull it out. We pull it out next time. We're up 2-0 on John A. And that's the number 1 team in the region. We've shown that we can compete with Lakeland. Those are the only 2 teams we haven't beat. It's John A. Logan and Lakeland. Those are the only 2 teams we have not defeated in the region. If we could find a way to play just a little bit better against those 2 come region tournament, come district tournament time, we will pull it out. We can beat any team in the region. We've shown that we can compete with any team in the region. Now can we actually do it? And that goes back to my point of me saying you can do something and actually doing it are 2 completely different things. Yes, that's what I say that. That's true. But we can do it though. That's what we have to. That's the bottom line. We have to do it, and we can do it. I really believe we can. I know we can. And goes to another point I'm going to make. How bad do you want it? How much does it hurt to lose? And it's hurt. It's hurt the last 4 games. I can tell it's affected some of us, affected some of our players, if not all. But how bad do you want it to get out of this? And I'll tell you right now, the spirits are really high last night. No one's down. I don't think anyone's up. Obviously people are upset, but no one's saying it's the end of the world. That's the biggest thing. You heard Coach talk about that Monday. There is still life in us, and the girls are showing it. We can do this. And that's something that's going to carry over game from game. You could be upset about a loss and let that affect you the next game, or you can forget about it and move on and be better. And that's what I think is what the mindset that Swick's got to have over the next few games. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to win the region tournament and get an easier path? How bad do you want it to be in a better position come district tournament time? How bad do you want it to go to the national tournament? And that's going to be a question that I think should be asked and will be answered over the next few weeks. With 2 weeks to go, we are 10 days away. We are 10 days away from the region tournament. I keep counting us down. We're 10 days away. And there's a lot on the line still, but everything is in front of us. You could look at the last 4 games and say it's not went our way. That's true. It hasn't went our way. But it's not over. Nothing is over. Everything is ahead of us right now, and it starts tonight. We get a big win tonight over Frontier, sweep them. This is a good ball club, I'm telling you. They are going to be playing ready to go. I'm saying this, when I'm recording this, we're still about 25 minutes out from the open and serve. I'm saying this right now. When this game actually starts, I'm sure they're going to be ready to go. They will be ready to play, and we got to be ready to play as well. We'll see what happens tonight here in a little bit. Frontier and Swick coming up here in just a few minutes. The open and serve here from Southwestern College. We have 3 home games left, 1 road game, missing Friday for Beverly's football at Kaskaskia, but back for the next 2 next week. So let's see if we can finish out the last 3 home games with 3 straight wins. Thanks for tuning in to our Swick Volleyball pregame show. The open and serve is just a few minutes away here. Started at middle, a freshman out of St. Louis, Missouri, number 5, Jenna Abush-Charbin. Started at setter, a sophomore out Mount Vernon, Indiana, number 6, Alyssa Sharber. Started at middle, a freshman out of Puerto Rico, number 10, Ilana Oliviere. Started at middle, a freshman out of Brooklyn, Arkansas, number 23, Cassidy King. And wrapping things out for the Bobcats, a libero, a freshman out of Carmi, Illinois, number 7, Riley Rourke. The Bobcats are coached by Kara Vincent. Now it's time to meet the starting lineup for your Blue Storm of Southwestern Illinois College, who come into tonight's game with an overall record of 16 wins, 10 losses, a region record of 9 wins and 5 losses. First for the Blue Storm tonight, at center, a freshman out of Hardin, Illinois, number 7, Lacey Pullman. Started outside hitter, a sophomore out of Evanston, Illinois, number 9, Grace Johnson. Started outside hitter, a freshman out of Bernie, Missouri, number 10, Bailey Henry. Started at right side hitter, a freshman out of Conroe, Texas, number 12, Layla Porter. Started at middle, a sophomore out of Mascoutah, Illinois, number 13, Ashlyn Hughes. Also started at middle, a sophomore out of Valmeyer, Illinois, number 23, Brooke Miller. Wrapping things up for the Blue Storm at libero, a sophomore out of Columbia, Illinois, number 17, Addison Walton. Your Blue Storm are coached by Warren Thomas, assisted by Kelsey Cowan, and managed by Cade Miller. And we welcome you in to Southwestern Illinois College. What a matchup tonight. You got 2 teams fighting for, well, it looks like region tournament spots and region tournament seeding on the line. And I mentioned everything's in front of Swick right now. They can really set how they want to be, the position they want to be coming to the region tournament, or I guess district tournament. But how do you want to go into that region tournament playing? Do you want to be playing good volleyball, or do you want to be taking a few steps back and on a slippery slope, or do you want to be taking the right step forward? talk about that with Swick. How about Frontier? They're losers of their last 3, but this is a team that I'm scared of. I mean, they have completely turned things around from last season, and I give a lot of props to the work they've done because it's not easy. It's not easy turning a program around from 2-31, 0-19 in region play to 17-15 as we speak tonight, and 8-8 in region play. It's just not easy. And they've done a really good job. I give them a lot of props because this is their best season over the years, and they got a lot to be happy about. And as I mentioned, I'm sure they would be fine with the way, I guess I should say fine. But at the end of the day, they would be proud of their season as there's going to be an ace to start things off. Lacey Pullman did not even let me finish. She did that a couple of games ago as well where she didn't even let me finish my opening thoughts. Anyway, Swick is on the left, attacking left to right in pink jerseys, white texturals. Libero Addison Walton is in white with pink texturals. Bobcats on the right, going right to left there in yellow with black texted numerals. Libero is in black with yellow text numerals. It's going to be a violation that goes against Frontier, and it's 2-0. I'm sure they would be proud, and there's no reason why they shouldn't be, but I know they believe they have a couple more games in them after next week. I know they do. Lacey Pullman, another one! 3-0 Swick, and this is a way better start than how we started last night in Mineral Area. 3-0 early on. And feels a lot more energy, a lot more momentum in here. Obviously playing at home, that can dictate things, but it just feels like we've been a little flat. 3-0 score. Frontier looking to go on the board. Swing over for the right side. Pullman's there. Going to Johnson. We'll throw it right for Layla. She'll swing it into the net, and it's 3-1. Frontier's on the board. I would not be surprised if you told me next weekend that Frontier wins a game of the region tournament. I would not be surprised at all. Them and Lincoln Trail, whoever gets that last spot, if both of them, that'd be crazy, but if one of them gets in, as Ashley Hughes gets it 4-1, you get one of them to get in, whoever, Lincoln Trail or Frontier, both those teams, they're dangerous. They could easily make noise, and I think Frontier and Lincoln Trail, both of those teams can do it. There's going to be a kill for Jenna Bush-Sharbin, the freshman at St. Louis, Missouri. And it's 4-2. Frontier right now poised to play Lakeland. They lost in 3 sets Monday to them, but that third set, I believe, second set went 26-24. Other two were mostly close. Cannot count out Frontier. That's what I'm saying. You cannot overlook this team. They are dangerous. Tip over the left side, and that one's going to be a kill for Lily Spark, freshman out of New Zealand, and it's 4-3. And I mentioned the first time around when we played them, to win in 4 sets, obviously you wanted to win in 3. Felt like it was very winnable in 3. Right there at the end of that third set. You don't get it. That was all right, but that win looks a whole lot better than it did at the time just because how good Frontier has been, man. They have been good. Left side with Gray. She'll swing it off the block. Frontier will track it down near the back line of the rebound. Now they'll throw it left. Spark looking to tie it. Blocked on the Swick side. And Frontier with 3 straights tied things up at 4 apiece. Win 3 in their last 3. But 4-3 in their last 7. Had a tough loss to Lincoln Trail, but they still have the tiebreaker on them. Ashley Hughes in the middle, her second kill, 5-4, and she had a rough one last night at Mineral Area. We're gonna be honest. She knows she did. I was talking to her. A lot of the team did not have their best game, and it's tough playing against tough opponents. But as I said in the pregame, you flush it all out. You got a whole new opportunity. That's how you got to move forward every game. You have to play with a new mindset. Frontier coming middle. Can't get it over. And it's 6-4. 2 straight by Swick to retake the lead. First serve coming here for Ashland. I still think she had a service ace last night. I haven't looked at it. I'll look at it tonight when I get home. I'll have to ask her. I got class with her in the morning. I could ask if she had an ace because, well, going to get the opposite of that in there. 6-5. Because I'm sure she had an ace. I'm like highly confident she had an ace against Mill Area last night. Or I could just be going crazy. We had 4 service errors last night, which not bad. Just did not have any aces. Also had, other side to serve 11 serve-receive errors, and so far, none of the night. Brooke Miller came in for Ashland. Swick got to get it over. Brooke on the third hit gets it over. Frontier coming middle, and they'll set it left. Swing. Off the block, Pullman. In the middle for Walton. Now we'll throw it right for Layla. Swing going to be blocked. Bailey trying to get there. The rebound could not. And we're tied up at 6 apiece. Another serve coming here for Spark. 12 aces on the year. 6 and 7 on the road as Frontier this season. Bailey just sends it back. That was right in the middle to lay out all for it. Frontier launches on the left side. It's going to go out, but off the touch. 7-6. And Frontier has their first lead of the night. Swick to clinch a region tournament spot. All they need is either 2 wins, a win and a Lincoln Trail loss, or 2 Lincoln Trail losses. Lincoln Trail is idle tonight in region play. And of course, we'll have the region game day update outlook for you when we go to that second set. It's a big game tonight. John A. at Vincennes. We are rooting for John A. to win. If we want to see if we can move up still, there still might be a chance. Brooke Miller will tip it over. Wabash Valley at Shawnee and Southeast Illinois at Lakeland. It'll be interesting how that top 3 is going to really play out. John A. has to win that game. They can afford one more loss, but Vincennes has that tiebreaker on John A., so that's what makes things tough. They can only afford one loss if they lose to Vincennes. Swick going to be unable to keep that one alive. Frontier with 4 straight. They lead 8-6. And Lincoln Trail is going to be off Friday too, so because they have their last, they have one. I think they play Vincennes Saturday, and they got 2 region games next week. One of them will be Swick on Wednesday. I forget who else they have to play. I think they want to. That's going to be an ace. 9-6 Frontier. I think. Who do they have? Is it John A. Logan? No, because they already played John A. twice. I don't know who Frontier or Lincoln Trail has left. Frontier has us and John A. left for them to clinch a region tournament spot. Pretty easy. Win their last 2 region games, or get a win and a Lincoln Trail loss, or 2 Lincoln Trail losses. Brooke had it blocked on her swing. Now Walton will go for Layla. That one's launched out, and not a good run. 6 straight by Frontier. These have been the runs these last few games that's been killing us. Killed us against Lakeland. Killed us against Jeffco. I mean, they had at least 4 runs of 5 points or more, maybe 5 runs in that game. Layla, right side, going to be blocked out of bounds. There we go. Layla Porter on the board. Needed that one badly. Addie Ornson to Leia Furlow check in for the first time. Layla Porter and Lacey Pullman will come out. And it will be Addie Ornson back to serve. 30 aces on the season for her. Sophomore out of Effingham, Illinois. Had a really good high school career. Frontier finds a spot with Evan Pulsgrove. Freshman out of Brooklyn, Arkansas, and it's 11-7 on the kill. So we'll get you all that of the region standings, outlook updates for you. Going to that second set, I definitely will be checking out John A. Vincennes. I think that's one a lot of people following tonight. Grace down that left side. Frontier will send it back. In the middle with Warrenson now. We'll throw it left for Grace. Off the block, Frontier is there. Set in middle, and they throw it left. Blocked by Brooke. Frontier coming back. Passing it to the right. Swing off the Swick block. 12-7 Frontier. Swick will have to use a timeout. Well, we started off hot. Frontier has got the steam, and now they have the flames rolling on their side. 12-7, back in a moment here from Southwestern Illinois College. Out of the timeout by Swick. Goes to Grace on the serve receive. Now going for Brooke, and a perfect ball, perfect spot put down by Brooke Miller. And it's 12-8. We needed that one. Needed that one right out of the timeout. Maddie Gibbs will check in. Bailey Henry out for her. Swick will serve it over. Bobcats coming right side. Got around the block. Warrenson in the middle for Johnson. Out those that left for Gibbs. Her swing is going to be just out down the right line. And it's 12-8. 13-8 now Frontier. Frontier will serve this one here. It'll be over. Grace on the receive. Going for Addie now for Brooke. Will throw it down the right line. Bobcats there now coming right. Swing got around the block. Swick trying to track it down. They can't. And it's 14-8 Frontier. Their largest lead of the night. And it's been kind of growing here steadily. Alyssa Sharber the one serving it for the Bobcats. She'll serve it again here, looking to continue this run. Gibbs going in the middle for Addie. Now throw it right side to Leia. Got to get one. That one's going to be too strong and out. 15-8 Frontier. And it was 6-4 Swick. Do the math. That's an 11-2 Frontier run. Gibbs on the left side. Going to Addie in the middle for Brooks. Swing off the block. Got it. Brooke Miller with another kill. She's got the last two, and it's 15-9. We really need a run right now. Brooke will come out. Ashland's in. And we'll see Addison Walton back to serve. This will be over. Frontier coming middle. We'll set it. We'll swing. Addie's there now going for the libero and Addison Walton. Two Addies out there. Frontier coming back. We'll get it over down the left corner. Grace, great job. Goes to her right to get there. Now goes to Maddie Gibbs. Perfect pass. And Maddie Gibbs will put it down. There we go. And that can lead to a little momentum here. 15-10. It's been a rough last 4 games. It just feels like some moments were just completely flat. Warrenson will throw it for Johnson. She'll swing it over. Frontier coming back middle. We'll set it to the left. Swing. Got around the block, and it's in back right corner. Lena Webb, freshman defensive specialist, will serve. 16-10 Frontier. Addie going for Nalea. Tip over. Got it. Nalea Furlow on the board. 16-11. Layla Porter and Lacey Pullman will check in. Addie Warrenson and Nalea Furlow out. It'll be Lacey who started off the game with an ace. Back to serve. We need another one of those. So it'll be a good time for one, right? Lacey will serve it. Goes to the libero in Rourke. Now they'll throw it left side. Got it. Lily Spark on the kill. Now make it back to a 6-point ball game. That's going to go in the net. We'll take a service there. Frontier coming middle, tip over. Lacey stepping up is there. Walton will throw it left side for Johnson. Swing. There we go. Grace. Now we pull within 4 after being down by as many as 7. Addie Gibbs serving for the first time. Had 4 aces last time against Frontier. That one will go in the net. Second service here by Swick tonight. She'll come out. Bailey Henry in for her, and it'll go back to Frontier. 5-point game. Got to chip away at it here. Grace going to Lacey now for Ashland in the middle. There's Ashland who's going to one back. 18-14. Alton out, no libero with Brooke Miller back into the ball game. Ashland will serve it. Had a service there last time. This will be over. Frontier coming middle. Swing, got it back. 19-14. Addison Walt still coming. Ashland Hughes out. So go to Henry. In the middle for Pullman. Left side for Gracie. And that one off the block of the land on the Frontier side. There we go. 19-15. I'd like to see if we at least go on another run here. Take 2 or 3 points at least. Lacey Pullman, Layla Porter out. Leah Furlow and Addie Ernsten back in. Addie will serve this one into the back right corner. Pull scroll there on the receive. They'll swing it over. That one's going to be out from Sarah McCorkle. Or sorry, check that was Jenna Bush-Sharbin. Pull it within 3. Another serve for Addie Werntz. It goes to the libero. It's going to be an ace as Rourke passed it to the ground. Addie Werntz to number 31 of the year, and Frontier will take a timeout. Swick came back all the way from 7 down now to 2 down. 19-17. Looking to continue the momentum out of the timeout. Back in a moment here from Southwestern Illinois College. (19-17). Swick now down by 2. Addie Werntz will serve right to libero and Rourke in the middle. Bobcats coming over, tip over. Addie steps up, now going to Walton. Will throw her right for Furlow. Sway going to be blocked. Frontier gets it over. Brooks there. Back over, battling to the net. Frontier sending it back. Miller going to Werntz now for Henry. Swing is over. Bobcats coming from the middle now to the right. We'll have to send over a free ball. Johnson. Werntz now for Miller. Swing! Got it! Swick within 1, 19-18. Can we tie it up? Serving it here, this one. It's going to be another ace for Addie Wernson. We're tied up at 19. All tied up, down by 7. I think it was 15-8. You do the math. It's a 14. What is that, 14? No, that's not right. 15-8. 11-4 run. There we go. Sometimes math is hard, especially when you have those simple numbers like 15-4, 11. It can be tough. 19-19. Frontier blocked. Brooke Miller gives Swick the lead, 20-19. And we are the first team to 20 here in set 1. And man. Big time turnaround, but we ain't done yet. 2019, another serve, goes right in the middle to Rourke. They'll pass it to the right. Sway going to be blocked again. Frontier can't keep it up, 21-19. Swick starting to come alive. Another serve for Addie Werntz, and this one's going to be over. Bobcats throw in the middle. They'll set it middle. Tip over, going to come down off of Brooke. And Frontier gets a point, 21-20. That's all right. We have the lead, and we did all of that. I think it was 19-14, so maybe a run of 7 straight, I want to say. Service will go to Walton. In the middle for Warrenson, now for Brooks. She'll send it over down right line. Bobcats are there now. They'll throw it left off the Swick block, and we're tied up at 21. So Frontier with 2 straight. Now we're all tied up. Must get point here, right? Near the net, Nalea battling. Got it back over. Frontier to swing it down. Oliviera, the freshman out of Puerto Rico. Average of 1.5 kills per set is giving Frontier the lead, 22-21 with 3 straight points. Bobcats will serve it. Henry throwing it back. Will go for Walton. Now we'll go for Johnson. Now Bobcats coming back. Middle, set it. Swing. Blocked by Brook. They were ready. But Frontier coming back. We'll swing it over. Henry's there. Wernson for Miller. Blocked. Wernson on the rebound. Walton will pass it right. Nalea swing. Frontier dive in the middle is there. Now we'll send over a roll shot. Grace. Addy going to set. Nalea blocked. 23-21 Frontier. Bobcats have switched the momentum and switched the tone with 4 straight. After Swick came back and took the lead, Frontier with 4 straight, 23-21. Back in a moment late in set 1. Well, backs against the wall a little bit here, 23-21, 4 straight by Frontier, and they flipped it. They flipped the script. Out of the timeout, it's going to be an ace. 24-21. And it is set point here at set 1 in favor of the Bobcats of Frontier Community College. Next serve is over. Henry's there, going to go for Walton. Now throwing left side for Nalea. Her swing is in, 24-22. And we'll need 2 straight to keep this one alive. Maddie Gibbs will check in. All down to the sophomore Grace Johnson for the service line. Her serve is over. Frontier coming in the middle, a little tip over. Grace is there, just going to send it right back. Bobcats try to keep it up, and on the third hit, they get it over. Walton, Wernson for Miller. Swing, got it. We need 1 more to tie it. 24-23 to keep this one alive. Frontier run of 5 straight to pull it 21-19 to 24-21. Grace service over. Frontier coming back on the first hit. Wernson now going for Walton. Right side for Furlow. Swing. Bobcats are there. Coming middle. We'll pass it left. Swing around the block. Grace. What a play going to right. Keeps it alive. Now Maddie. Got it over. Frontier coming back now to the left. Walton steps up. Wernson now going for Nalea. Tip over into the net. Frontier will take the first set. 25-23. As Frontier turned it around. A 6-4 run. 6-2 run, sorry, for Frontier to end that first set. And Swick will drop the first. Frontier taking the first one. Back in a moment, we'll have a region outlook here on a Wednesday when we return. Set 1 goes to Frontier, 25-23. Back in a moment here for set 2. Well, back here, Frontier taking the first set, 25-23. Stuart Stock with you. We are getting ready to start the second, just like we do every region game day. We take a look at the region standings and what it looks like, and this is what we got right now. We have 3 teams that have locked up 3 spots. We have 3 teams that are eliminated. We got 4 teams battling for the last 3, and that really starts right now. Swick sitting at 9-5. They're in 4th place. Kaskaskia in 5th at 9-6. If Swick were to lose tonight, and that would result in Swick and Kaskaskia being tied. Swick has the current tiebreaker, which would lead to another kind of head-to-head showdown with the team that's chasing you on Friday at Kaskaskia to decide who will get that 4th spot. And Frontier right now is in 6th at 8-8. They are the last team in. Lincoln Trail, first team out at 7-8. Big-time matchups tonight with Frontier at Swick. It's been a big one so far, very close. Johnny Logan at Vincennes. Southeastern Illinois at Lakeland and Wabash Valley at Shawnee. The bracket right now, Johnny the 1 seed, Vincennes the 2. And I will say this, Lakeland does have the tiebreaker on Vincennes, so eventually they will be tied. Lakeland will get that spot. Lakeland the 3 seed, they get Frontier. Swick the 4 seed would get 5 seed Kaskaskia. As they look at the updated region standings, Swick on the right side, attacking right to left. Ashland Hughes starts us off on the board first, 1-0. Hughes, Johnson, Porter, Pullman, and Henry. The libero is Addison Walton. Vincennes takes the first set, 25-22 against Johnny at home. And they might take the second, 24-16. That's it, 2-0 Swick. Bailey Henry, the 1 starting to serve. And yep, Vincennes just took the second. Wow. Over John A. So that's a huge game for Vincennes. You do the math, they would be 13-3. John A would be 13-2. That's the last loss John A could suffer. They lose again. Vincennes wins out their last 2 games. Well, then you have Layla Porter's going to kill. Then Vincennes would move back to first place, which would be unbelievable. They've been struggling. 25-8, 12-3 in region play. And you got Lakeland. You got the Lakeland in that scenario too. I mean, because they got a tiebreaker on Vincennes. So this it would be an insane finish. That's going to go into the net. Frontiers on the board 3-1. As I mentioned, there's so much still that's in the balance, so much on the, I mean, that still needs to be decided right now in the region. We have a battle for really the top 3 seeds, and we have a battle for who's going to get into this tournament at the 5 and 6, you know. Pullman going to set Grace, had it denied. Swick got it back over, though, on the rebound. Frontier coming to left. That one's going to be blocked by Layla, 4-1. Started off well in that first set. We're doing it here in the second. Got to continue it. Brooke Miller will come in. Ashland Hughes out. Addison Walton back to serve it. And Lakeland still has to play John A, too. I mean, that's another game you got to watch out for. And both John A and Lakeland have to play Kaskaskia still. And Johnny has to play Frontier. I mean, it's really going to be interesting to see. I mean, every game matters right now. Roll shot by Frontier going to be blocked. Bobcats throwing it right. Sway, that one's out. 5-1 Blue Storm. I mean, there's just so much that's just on the line. Some say if Swick can finish out these last 4, win all 4, it'd be great. Put yourself in a little bit of a tough hole tonight. Dropping that first one. Grace going to be blocked. Lacey there on the rebound. Going for Walton. Now we'll throw it right for Layla. Free ball over. Bobcats coming middle. Swing. Lacey's there. Walton. Now for Layla. Swing. Frontier kept it up. They do. And they were going to be able to send over a free ball on the third hit. Henry. Pullman for Miller. A little tip over. Bobcats throw it to the right. 2 players hit the deck. Can Swick. Got to take advantage of it. Come on, Grace. Out. Down the left line. 5-2. Next service over. Swick coming in the middle for Brooke. Blocked. Walton going backwards and a lay at 5-3 off the Frontier block. Served by Frontiers over. Johnson throwing it for Walton. Back to Grace. Good spot in the middle. There we go. Libero and Rohr couldn't get there for Frontier. 6-3. Lacey Pullman and Layla Porter will come out, and Alea Furlow and Addie Wernson in for the first time here in the second set. Bobcats on the left, off the block of the land. 6-4. Walton there, going to throw it for Wernson now, right side for Grace, sends it over down the right line. Bobcats are there, will swing it over, blocked. They'll have to try it again. They're going to go back to that left side. Get second time another block and a whistle. That's going to go against Swick for a violation, 6-5. Walton going for Wernson now in the middle for Brooke. There we go. Brooke Miller back up by 2. Grace Johnson will go back to serve, and Maddie Gibbs will check in for Bailey Henry. Let's see if I can get a Lakeland score real quick when I get the chance. They host Southeastern Illinois. I assume they will win that, but you never know. Tip over the left side. Spot found by Evan Pulsgrove, freshman out of Arkansas. And that will make it 7-6 in a 1-point game. Frontier going to be able to get over the third hit. Miller for Wernson will set Maddie on the left side. There's Maddie Gibbs. Able to put that one down. And it's 8-6. Waltz will come out. Hughes is in. No libero. With Brooke Miller back to serve it. This will be over. Bobcats throwing it left. Threw it out down the left line. This trade out actually went off the block. I couldn't tell where that ball was going after it passed the net. I thought it went off of our block. It didn't, luckily. And then Brooke Miller follows it up with an ace. Our 5th one of the night. Brooks' 15th of the season. And Swick now leads 10-6. I like to just build a lead here. Just keep building it. Right side. Over. Swick coming back. We'll now throw it for Johnson. Free ball coming over. Frontier in the middle. Now to the left. Swing around the block. And that one's going to be a kill as Grace got to it, but unable to handle it. 10-7. Wabash Valley's taking the first set against Shawnee. They lead 21-12 in the second set at Shawnee right now. Swick on the block. There we go. Ashlyn Hughes was there. And now we'll get it to 11-7. Layla Porter and Lacey Pullman will check in to lay a furlough. Addie Wernson back out. And it will be Lacey to serve. That one's going to be an ace. Lacey Pullman, another one. It's her second of the night. She had 35 coming into tonight. Now up to 37. It's going to be a tough road for Addie to get back to that lead at 7 behind now. Frontier in the middle. Pullman throwing to right side for Layla. Swing, block, straight down. Ilana Olivieri on the block. And it's 12-8. She came in average of 1.5 blocks per set, leading Frontier. 109 total on the season. Next one's over. Grace is there. And Walton will have to send it over. Frontier coming back. Little setter dump. Walton there. Going for Pullman. Now we'll go to Maddie. Her swing over. Frontier's there. They'll come to the left. Swing off the block. Pullman tracks it down the line. Now Walton for Grace will send it over. Frontier coming back to the left. Tip over. Got it. 12-9. Three-point game. Another serve for Frontier. We'll go to Layla. Now for Grace. Now we'll go in the middle for Addison. She'll send over the roll shot. Frontier in the middle. Gets it over. Pullman for Walton. Now right side. Porter swing. There's Layla again. Someone we've been missing the last kind of few games. It's Layla. Big time swings. Gets one there. 13-9. Maddie Gibbs will serve. And that one's going to be out from Gibbs. Third service error of the night for Swick. Next one's over. Walton going in the middle for Pullman. Out for Ash. Had it blocked. And it's 13-11. Frontier, we're trying to pull away, get a little bit of a bigger lead. It's just not happening every time. Frontier coming back. Got this within two. Lay a little tip over. Frontier coming back. They'll throw it left. Swing. Blocked by Hughes. Got denied by the net. Couldn't get it over on the block. And it's 13-12. And Swick will use their first timeout. Frontier looking to go on a run just like they did at the end of that first set. That changed the tie. They're down by one. 13-12 to score. Back in a moment here at set two. Frontier served out of the Swick timeout. Only a 1-point game now. Grace left side going to be blocked. Frontier gets the point, tied up at 13. It's no one could track it down for Swick off the block. And Frontier, the chipping away at it. Looked like Swick had a run in them to build a lead. And now Frontiers came back and tied it for the moment. That's going to be a service error. Give us the lead back 14-13. Ashlyn Hughes is out. Brooke Miller will come in. Addison Walton, the Swick Libero will serve it. Frontier throwing it to the left. That swing going to be out. 15-13, a 2-point game. One's going to be over. Frontier middle. Set in the left. Going to be blocked. Layla Porter. Swick with 3 straight, making it 16-13. Next one's over. Bobcats coming middle. They'll set it right. Swing going to be blocked. Lands on the Swick side. 16-14. Frontier will serve it down the left line. Grace is there going off the seal, and Lacey tracks it down. Now Grace will send over a free ball. Frontier coming middle. Swing, put down, but it's going to be out. Off the swing by Alania Ames, the freshman of Columbia, just missed it down the left line. Frontier thought she had that one 17-14. Addie and a layup back in. Be Layla and Lacey out, Addie to serve it. This one is going to be an ace. There we go, Addie Wernson. She's got a deficit to catch up on. That's her 31st of the year. That'll play. Still 6 behind as Frontier will take a timeout. 18-14. We're trying to hold on to this lead for good, but the last time Frontier called that timeout, that was in that first set where they went on a 6-2 run. Don't need that to happen here. We're back in a moment. 18-14. Second set here from Southwestern Illinois College. Out of the Frontier timeout, Swick serving right to left. Bobcats swing, going to be blocked, trying to keep it up, and they're able to get to it. Third hit coming over on a free ball from McCorkle. Warrenson in the middle for Miller. Got it, Brooke! Having a big-time game, 19-14. Five-point game, next serve coming for Warrenson. We'll send it over right to the libero and Rourke. Frontier throwing it left, got around the block, it's out. And Swick is the first team to 20 here in set 2, 20-14 the score. Warrenson sending it over again. Frontier coming middle now, will throw it left swing off the block. Addie got there and blocked by Frontier. Swick will send it back on a swing by Bailey Henry. Frontier back over. Warrenson now for Walton. Right side to Leia over down line. Bobcats will send over a free ball. See how we can take advantage of that. We'll go left side with Grace. They can't get it there. Rourke was there. I was thinking kill all the way. Frontier comes back. Lily Spark tip over, got it. I wanted that one really bad from Grace. Spoke a little bit too soon on it. I was supposed to say got it, but did not get it. Goes the other way. 20-15. Lily Spark will serve it. Freshman New Zealand. Just got the kill. You know the saying, you get a kill, you go back to serve. It'll go into the net. Service error, 21-15. Maddie Gibbs will check in. Bailey Henry out. Grace Johnson will serve it. Service over, going to the libero and Rourke on the receive. Now coming to left over. Walton. Now for Warrenson, right side. Nalea, swing, got it. Nalea Furlow pulls us within 3. 22-15. Another serve coming here for Grace Johnson. Yes, Grace Johnson. Service over. Frontier. Coming middle. Swing off the block. Walton will send it back. Frontier now will try with the left side. Roll shot over. Blocks. Swick can't get there on the rebound. 22-16. Six-point game. Next one's going to be over off of Gibbs. Back right corner. It's going to land for an ace. 22-17, an ace for Frontiers. Bria Beals, freshman outside out of Effingham. Only a 5-point game now. Trying to close out the second set. Tie things up. Maddie Gibbs with the kill. That'll help. 23-17. Ashlyn Hughes will check in. Addison Walton out. No libero with Brooke Miller back to serve. And that's going to go in the net. Fourth service error of the night by Swick. – 23-18. Next serve by Frontier's over. Grace here in the middle. Throw it for Warren. In the middle for Hughes. Got it. Ashlyn will get a set point here. It's set 2 in favor of the Blue Storm. Southwestern Illinois College, 24-18. And it will go down to Lacey Pullman. Looking to put the finishing touch on the second set as her and Layla come in. 24-18, her service over. Frontier coming middle, set it, swing, got it. Olivieri will keep the game alive. They will need 5 straight to keep this game alive in the second set, and that will help. It's going to be 4 at ace. 24-20 as Evan Pulsgrove with her 18th of the season. (24-20). Next serve is over. Grace throwing the middle for Pullman. Now for Waltz, he'll send over a roll shot. Bobcats passing it to the left. Swing is over, and it is just in on the back line. 24-21. Next one's over, goes to Walton. Now for Pullman. Ash, tip over, denied. Olivieri was on the block. 24-22. Grace going for Lacey. Right side for Maddie swing. Bobcats are there. Now we'll throw it left, tip over. Lacey diving out there. Walton will now go for Layla. Swing over with the left hand. Bobcats coming back on the left. Swing off the block. Grace tracking it down to the corner. Walton passing it to Maddie. Free ball over. Bobcats throwing it backwards. Now we'll pass it right. Swing is over. Pullman. Walton going to set. Layla right side off the block. Got it. Layla Porter gets it done in the second set. 25-22. We come back. That one a lot tougher at the end, but we get it done. 25-22. We're all tied up at sets. We'll switch sides and play the third when we come back here from Southwestern Illinois College. Talking about a second set there, kind of a lot of pressure put on Swick after dropping the first 25-23. That is the first win for Swick of a set. They dropped 9 consecutive sets before that win there, and that's a big-time one. Swick came into tonight with the record of 3-8, went down 0-1 in sets. They're 1-3 when tied at 1-1 in sets, and I mean, that first set's usually, look at the numbers, is Swick's best. 22.7 points, 15-11. Frontier, I mean, they're 18-14 in that first set. But on the other way, they're 14-18 in the second. Swick also 15-11. Now, this is the set I was talking about last night that's really hurt Swick, has been the third set. You kind of look at Johnny Logan. You kind of look at Middle Area last night. How about Jefferson College, Lakeland? Just the last 4 games, that third set has been what's killing Swick. They had, for a long time before last night, they had the advantage on they were outscored opponents and had a record over 500 in every set. Well, that ended with the John A loss. They were 12-12, now 12-14, averaging just 21.5%. That was over 23 at a time. And Swick played off the net, back on the left side, attacking left to right. Frontier going right to left. In the middle, put down by Olivieri. Now it's 21.5 points, and the opponents are scoring 22.0. That was tied before Middle Area last night. Now opponents are outscored Swick in the third set. So we'll see if we can change that here. I mean, that's what's been hurting us. Fourth set we've been really good in, 7-3. Obviously, you don't want to play a fourth set. You want to win in 3. We'll have to go to a fourth set tonight with Swick taking that last one. Layla, right side over to Swick trying to get on the board here in set number 3. Swing is over. Pullman going for Walton. Now we'll throw it for Layla again. Frontier of the dig coming back to the net. Ashland sends it over. Bobcats are there. Now we'll go to the left side. Got around the block. Henry going for Lacey. He'll have to go back to Bailey. Left side swing. Got it. Bailey Henry will tie us up at 1 apiece. We're on the board here in set number 3. Henry, Pullman, Porter, Hughes, Johnson, Libero, and Walton here to start the third set for head coach Warren Thomas. On the left side, Frontier down the line. Swick coming in the middle with Walton. Will send it over. That one is going to be just out. And Frontier will retake the lead 2-1. And speaking of coach, we talked to him last night on the way home. He didn't really seem too worried. And that's kind of speaks a lot to where things are at right now. He believes that this could be turned around, this 4-game losing streak. Knows it will. Frontier. Swick played off the net. Johnson got there, got it to Henry. She'll swing it over. Bobcats coming middle. Going to be blocked. Ashland Hughes was there. She's having a way better game than last night, and she knows that. I get on her a couple times here and now about her not playing the best 2-2. Talk about it in class all the time. I say, you hit 0-0-0 last night. What am I going to do with that? Frontier coming left side. Ashland's there on the dig. Layla going to go back to Ash in the net, and it's 3-2. Frontier retakes the lead. Brooke Miller back in for Ashland. There's just kind of a lot of moments, feels like, where Swick's had their game and then not. So it's kind of been one thing I've talked about, is just inconsistency a lot this season. And it hurts when we have these down moments where we're not playing our best. That's going to go out. Good job by Bailey to duck. I know she was going to play it. She wanted to. Ducked at the last moment, and it goes out 3-3. Lacey Pullman will check in. Check out. Layla Porter also checking out. Leia Furlow. Addie Wernson will come in. Addie had an ace last time out serving. See what she can do here. Got her 31st of the season. Averaged almost half an ace per set. That leads the team, but not the number of aces. She'll get another one there. That'll help the count. And it's 4-3 in favor of the Blue Storm. And those pink jerseys. I feel like you got to call them Pink Storm, but that doesn't really make sense. I don't know. It seems weird. Maybe keep saying it won't. But just saying it for the first time, it does. In the middle, Abe's on the kill for Frontier, and it's 5-4-4. We'll have our pink out game, our next home game Monday against Wabash Valley. Should be a good one. I always said, pink's not a bad color at all. In fact, it looks good. I talked about when we wore it the first time. We played, I think it was it Vincent's? That one's going to be blocked. Frontier point, retake the lead 5-4. I mentioned, I think it was that game that, we have the NFL who's got, we used to have the month of October dedicated to wearing pink, and they just don't do that anymore. I think that's one of the worst decisions they could ever make. Brooke, there we go, tied up at 5. The pink, you can't go wrong with it. You can't go wrong. Bailey Henry will check out. Maddie Gibbs will come in for her. Grace Johnson back to serve. So it'll be right in the middle. Bobcats throwing it left. Swing got around the block. Walton going for Wernson. Now left side for Gibbs. Swing got it. Maddie gives us the lead, 6-5. I think we should rock pink. I think all sports. We got MLB, obviously the postseason. It's a little bit different. But like NFL, NHL, I think you gotta rock pink in the month of October. Breast cancer awareness. It's how old I am. Watching the NFL. How long I've been watching it. Go back to it's gonna go down line. That's out 7-5. Been an Arizona Cardinals fan for a long time now. It's been a rough few years, but I remember just watching 2015 when we were good. David Johnson wearing pink, Carson Palmer wearing pink. Missed those days. Down the line, that one's gonna be a kill for Frontier. Played Madden NFL 15. That's crazy. That game came out 11 years ago. Video game came out 11 years ago, but played that. Even Madden NFL would have, when you got to October in season or franchise mode, had the teams wearing pink. I just think the NFL needs to get back to it. And I love our pink jerseys. I love them better than our other two. That's going to be an ace. Alyssa Sharber ties it up at 7. Next serve coming. This will be in the middle. Grace is there going for Addie now for Brooke. Going to be blocked. Lawrenson there on the rebound. Throwing it for Walton. Now left side for Maddie. Got it. Another kill for Maddie Gibbs. Gives us the lead at 8-7. Ashlyn Hughes will check back in. Brooke Miller will come out. Let's see if Ashlyn could stop lollygagging and get a ball over next time. But I'm only saying that to her because I know, she knows that, I'm messing around with her. I'm going to say that to her tomorrow, too. I said that. 8-7. Alea Furlow right side going down the line. That one will be out. Tied back up at 8 apiece. Eight. Frontier will serve it right in the middle. Johnson's there going for Wernson in the middle for Hughes. Got it. Ashlyn makes it 9-8. There we go. I think she listened. She might have heard me from up here. Lacey Pullman, Alayla Porter back in. Lacey serving it, goes right in the middle to LeBaro and Rourke. They'll throw it to the right over Walton. Pullman, now left side Gibbs looking for her kill, had it blocked. We'll try it again. Nope, it's going to be Walton that sends it. I was thinking Lacey was going to set Maddie. Now in the middle, kill for Olivier, going back and forth, tied up at 9. Back and forth. Next one's over. Porter going for Pullman. Will set Gibbs right side swing. Frontier is there. They'll pass it to the right. Blocked. It'll land on the Swick side. Frontier with 2 straight. And they will take a 10-9 lead. Next one over, so go to Johnson. Now for Pullman, will set Hughes. There's Ashland. I'm telling you, she might be listening. 10-10. You might have heard me from up here. Back-to-back kills for Ashland, and it'll be Maddie Gibbs back to the service line. This one's going to be over. Bobcats going right, got around the block, and it'll be a kill. Frontier will retake the lead. It's 11-10. Bailey Henry will check back in. Maddie Gibbs out. This one is going to be out. We'll take that service there, take advantage of it. All tied up at 11. Brooke Miller back in, and Olapero is waltzed out. Ashland Hughes will serve. We'll see if Ashland can not get a service there this time. Over, Frontier. Throwing it to the left, swing over. Grace is there going for Lacey. Gonna set Layla, swing. There's Layla Porter. Found a good spot near the back line, and we have retaken the lead 12-11. When Layla could get hot, gotta watch out. Next one's over. Frontier setting right, got around the block, goes off of Lacey to kill. We're all tied up at 12 apiece. Hughes is out, waltzed back in. Lily Sparkle serve it for Frontier. Trying to re-give Frontier the lead, and that'll work. Put down by Evan Polsgrove. And it's 13-12. Next one's going to be over Henry. Going to the left side for Pullman, for Johnson, going to be blocked. 14-12. Frontier with 3 straight. Have taken a 2-point lead midway through set 3. Another serve here by Spark. Goes right in the middle. Henry. Pullman going to set Miller. Off the block. Brooke Miller with the kill. Back within 1. Addie Winston, Alea Furlow will come back in. Layla Porter, Lacey Pullman are out. This one will be over. Frontier throwing it to the left. Got her around the block. Henry battle near the net. Wernz will throw it backwards. Now Waltz will send over a free ball. Frontier throwing it to the left. Swing into the net. Tied it back up at 14 apiece. 14-14. Next one's going to be over. Frontier can't get it over. Addie Wurtson's giving us the lead, 15-14. See if we can hold that lead now for the rest of this third set. Addie sends another one over to the corner. It's going to be just out. And that is our fifth service error of the night. Average just a little under 2% right now. That one's going to be in, and it's an ace. Just had no one go for that ball, and an ace for Bria Beals. Only came in tonight with only 3. 3 on the season. Next one, that one's going to be out. Trying to go same spot. This time it goes out. Maddie Gibbs back in. Bailey Henry out. Grace Johnson will serve. Frontier. To send it over. It was an awkward ball there. Kind of went behind Frontier's outside. Brooks swinging it back. Frontier can't handle it. And we have retaken the lead again, 17-14. Next one over. Bobcats throwing it right. Swing got around it. Ornson going for Walton. She'll set the layout right side. Her swing's over. Bobcats coming back. Will throw it left. Swing going to be blocked at another point for Swick. 18-16. 3 straight. We're up by 2. Frontier will take a timeout. We lead late here in the third set with everything knotted up at 1 in sets. 18-16. Back in a moment late here in the third. Swick up by 2. Frontier taking a timeout. They swing it back, and it's going to go out. Oliviera down line, 19-16, and up by 3. Another serve here for Grace Johnson. This will be over. Frontier set it to the right. Swing off the block. It'll land. 19-17. Bobcats with the point. Pull back within 2. Walton in the middle, throwing it for Wernston. Left side for Gibbs. Swing, going to be blocked out of bounds. Maddie with another kill. Gets us to 20. Ashlyn Hughes will check back in. Brooke Miller will come out. And it'll be Addison Walton back serve. This is one that has not got an ace in a while. And Addie had a really good start to the year in aces. And trying to see if she gets one here. She hasn't had many service errors, though. I'll say that. Just no aces lately. Keep trying to see if I can talk an ace into existence for her. Ashlyn Hughes on the block, 21-17. We're up by 4, and we need 4. Next serve by Walton goes to a libero counterpart in Rourke. They'll throw it left, swing, launched it out, no touch on the block, 22-17. Up by 5. Frontier will take their last time out. We're within 3 of taking the third. It's been a battle tonight. 22-17. Swick leads late in the third. Back in a moment here from Southwestern Illinois College. Swick within 3 here in the third set. Bobcats, middle swing. Grace is there near the net. Ashlyn passing it left for Maddie. Swing is over. Bobcats throwing it left. Launched it out, but it's going to be off a touch. 22-18. Frontier able to get the first point right out of the timeout. It's their last one, and they're looking for a late run here in the third. They've only won one set in the last 13 matchups with Swick. Took one here. So they've now made it 2 sets in the last 14 matchups, both coming this season. Get you a stat here in just a moment. Wernston in the middle for Ashlyn. Blocked. Addison there on the rebound. Wernston left side for Maddie. Down line, launched it out. and it's 22-19. Last win for Frontier over Swick came back in 2016. That was a 4-set win for the Bobcats back on the 27th of August. Maddie on the receive. Addy now right side of the layup. Blocked. Frontier with 3 straight. And it's 22-20. Swick will use a timeout. Well, can we have a run just like Frontier did? They will 3 straight. We need 3 straight. That's what we need. 3 more. 22-20. Back in a moment late in the third. $22-20 is the score. Frontier with 3 straight out of a timeout, prompted a Swick timeout. See if we can make it 3 straight here of our own. Furlow right side. There's a good start. There's one. 23-20. Found a spot right in the middle. Layla Porter and Lacey Pullman coming back in. And it will be Lacey to serve. Just letting everyone know about that Region 24 tournament. Keep talking about it. We're 10 days away. Currently right now, Swick would be the first game that Saturday at Lakeland, November 1st. Playing at 12 o'clock. 4 seed versus 5 seed. If you get Kaskaskia right now, Frontier, the 6 seed, will get 3 seed Lakeland. As of right now, that'd be at 2:30 p.m. at Lakeland. Maddie Gibbs in the middle with the kill, and it's 24-20. Set point here. It's set 3 in favor of the Blue Storm of Southwestern Illinois College. Can we get 3 straight to finish this third set off? Lacey will serve it. Bobcats in the middle, do a little center dump. Walton there battling towards the net, got over. Now Frontier throwing it right, got around the block. Grace is there. Walton now throwing it right. Lacey will roll shot it over, and it's going to be just out. 24-21. We got 2 straight. That's close enough, 2/3. But Frontier will need 3 straight to keep it alive. Riley Rourke, the libero, will serve. And we have a whistle. It's going to go against Swick for rotation, I think is what that signal means. And I haven't seen that in a long time. 24-22. Get it all sorted out. I'm going to tell you, last time, even, I know, like, when Swick got called for something like that for rotation, you usually don't see that. 24-22, it got Frontier a point. Ashland in the middle. Rourke's there for the Bobcats, throwing it left, swing off the block. Pullman going for Walter, going to set Layla right side. Block, 24-23. Just got to get this last point. Next one's over. Johnson going for Lacey. Ashland, a little tip over. Frontier got it over. He just kept playing with the net. Ashland swinging back. Blocked, and it is in. Frontier has tied it 24-24 with 4 straight. And Swick will have to use the timeout. Oh, man. We're going to our 26th point. We'll take our last time out of the set. Back in a moment. Well, I think head coach Warren Thomas went over to discuss with the ref about that one call a little bit a couple points ago about the rotation that was, I believe it was called out of rotation on Swick. And whatever coach has done, he's got the two refs to discuss now. And we'll see if this call can get changed. From my experience, usually, calls like that don't. And we'll come back over. What do we got? I do not like the look on the ref's face. Yeah, it's not going to go our way. It will stay 24-24. Fortunately, once they make that call, I've learned it from high school and JUCO, they don't change calls very often. Rourke now is tied it at 24. Will serve it out of the Swick timeout. Left side, Layla blocked out of bounds. Layla Porter with the kill. And Swick will take set point again here in the third set in favor of the Blue Storm of Southwestern Illinois College, 25-24. Maddie Gibbs trying to get us up 2-1 in sets. It's been an absolute battle tonight. Maddie will serve it over. Frontier coming middle. They'll throw it left. It's going to be blocked. Ashlyn Hughes with the block will deliver us the third set. 26-24. 2 straight points. I got a little scared there. Frontier. Man, I said this on the pregame, man. You cannot overlook them. This is a tough team, and you're seeing it right now. I mean, they're battling. And just proving my point, whoever gets them in the region tournament, got to watch out. But we got it done in the third. We're up 2-1. Let's get one more set. 26-24, the final in the third. We head to the fourth with Swick leading 2-1, looking to put the finishing touch on this one after being down 0-1. We're back in a moment for the fourth set here from Southwestern Illinois College. Welcome back here to Southwestern Illinois College. We're up 2-1 to get ready to start the fourth set. Steven Stack with you. Region score update for you. Vincent, the good old Trailblazers. Well, you couldn't keep them down for long the way they've been playing. It's been a rough few games over the last few weeks, but tonight over John A. Logan. First place, John A. Logan. Vincent gets it done in 3 sets. They went 6-0 in sets against John A. They beat him more this time around. That third set going 25-18. And we have a crazy finish, as I keep talking about loaded here, at the top of the region. John A. now fall to 13-2. Vincent's is 13-3. Lakeland is 12-3, or will be 12-3. I believe that they were up 2-0 against Southeastern Illinois. If that score holds, they would be 12-3. And looking at the region tournament, and there, like I said, there is a real scenario where John A., Vincent, and Lakeland all tie. That would be crazy. That would be insane. Lakeland has the tiebreaker on Vincent. Vincent has the tiebreaker on John A. And I want to, John A. has the tiebreaker on Lakeland right now. But that is all thrown out the window with 3 or more teams tie. Now, like I said, there is a scenario where all 3 can tie because Vincent's Vincent's, I think, they're 13-3. They have 2 region games left. But John A. still has to play Lakeland and Kaskaskia. Vincent's has to play Kaskaskia. So it's still really interesting. John A. still has to play Frontier. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this finish goes. But if 3 or more teams are tied in the region, the first tiebreaker is overall set winning percentage between all tied teams. So instead of Lakeland's set winning percentage against Vincent's, it would be against Vincent's and John A. And whoever has that tiebreaker, then if you're still tied, it is overall point differential. So we could have that loaded right now in the region you look back in a week and we're talking about how you do the tiebreaker math for all three being tied. We'll go back to this moment right now where I just said it to you. Wow. This region is wide open still. I think it might be even more wide open. I don't think I know it's more wide open than it was, let's say, 3 weeks ago, start of the season for sure. And Frontier, they have a path. I mean, they are playing really good volleyball. That's what I mentioned last night. I said you cannot overlook them. This is a team that's playing some really good volleyball right now. They're scary, and they're scaring me tonight. Bailey Henry will send it out 1-0. Frontier as we start the fourth set. Swick is on the right side attacking right to left. Frontier on the left attacking left to right. There's a path for them to win the region tournament. They can do it. They beat Vincennes. I'm interested to see how they play Johnny Logan last game of the season for them, which is next Wednesday. Ashland off the block, got it, tied up at 1. And we'll get you all the region scores for you on the post game. And we'll get you the updated standings, updated region math. Swick came in tonight 2 wins away from clinching a spot in the region tournament, or a win in a Lincoln Trail loss. Lincoln Trail's idle tonight, or 2 Lincoln Trail losses. Frontier in the middle swing. Henry's there. Now for Walton. He'll go right side with Layla. Frontier throwing it around. Colson in the middle with work. Free ball over. Henry going for Pullman. Ashland tip over. Got it. 2-1. Just thinking about a scenario, and I'm hoping, obviously, we're up 2-1 here, so I think we can get a good shot to win right now. Obviously, still got to take that third set. It's always tough to do it. But this Frontier will sway this. Great play by Addy moving to her right, and they're going to get the point anyway. 2-2. There's a scenario where things could get really scary. If Lincoln Trail wins their last 2 region games, they're 9-8 before they play Swick. Swick loses their next 3 region games, including tonight. That would set up Swick versus Lincoln Trail. Winner gets into the region tournament. Loser is season's done. Come next Wednesday, and scenario kind of thinking about right now. Grace left side got it. 3-2. And Swick has that tiebreaker over Lincoln Trail for now. Still have to play them a second time, as I mentioned. That could change some things, but as I said, 2 wins is the direct path. Frontier coming left, over. Henry going for Grace left side. Bobcats are there. Set it to the left. Swing by Spark. Henry there in the dig, now throwing it for Pullman. Left side, Johnson swing. Rourke there in the dig. Bobcats coming back to the left, over. Henry diving out there. Pullman for Layla. Frontier's there with the block, throwing it middle. They'll set it left. Swing by Spark again. Pullman going backwards. Walton gets there. Now back to Layla. Come on. Frontier trying to keep it up. They can't. You cannot deny Layla Porter. You can deny her maybe 1 time, maybe 2 times. Not the 3rd time. 4-2. Next serve for Walton is over. In the middle, swing, got it. And it's 4-3. Frontier will serve it here. Coming with Spark, Pullman. Left side for Grace. Tip over Frontier into the net. 3rd hit, got it over the free ball. First 2 hits were going in the net. Layla again. Yes! Layla Porter making it 5-3. Addie Warnson and Alea Furlow coming in for the first time in the 4th set. Addie will serve it. Frontier coming middle. Will throw it right off the block. Warrenson will throw it in the middle for Brooke. Had it blocked, so we're coming back. So go to Grace. And I believe they hit the antenna. Looks like it just got a piece of it. 5-4. over. Coming back here with Furlow. She'll swing it over. Frontier coming back. Will throw it left. Swing on the back line. Justin. 5-4. Ornstein going for Brooke. Tip over. There we go. We give us the lead 6-5. Maddie Gibbs will check in. Bailey Henry will come out. Grace will serve it. Frontier coming right. Gets it over. Grace will go to Addie. Left side for Maddie. Going to be over. Bobcats coming back. Do a little center dump. Walton there. Now for Warrenson. Back to Maddie. There we go. Maddie Gibbs. Had a great game last time around against Frontier, doing the same thing tonight. And it's 7-5. That was one of her better games this season. Frontier coming over. Johnson going for Warrenson. Right side for the layout. There's another one for her. Had one late in that third set. Gets her first here in the fourth, and it's 8-5. Swick with 3 straight. Swick this year, by the way, is 5-0. Went up 2-1 in sets. Have not lost this year, but up 2-1. That's going to be an ace for Grace Johnson. Starting to get it going. Up by 4. That's 4 straight. Grace Johnson with her 29th ace of the season. It leads to a Bobcat timeout. 9-5. 4 straight as we lead by 4 here in the fourth. Back in a moment from Southwestern Illinois College. Swick leading by 4, serving out the Frontier timeout. Blocked. Brooke Miller was there. That makes it 5 straight. 10-5, Swick leading. Looking for more. Next one's over. Frontier throwing it right into the net. It's 11-5. That's 6 straight. Swick's largest lead of the night. Other one coming here for Grace Johnson. This one's going to be over. Frontier in the middle. Swing. Livieri trying to put it down. Walton was there. Goes back to a roll shot over. Bobcats coming left. Swing. Addison's there. Back over. Battle near the net off of Maddie's right hand. It'll go to the floor. Now in the run of 6 straight by Swick. It was a good run. And we got a 5-point lead, and hopefully we can hold that lead now. This one will be over. In the middle for Brooke. We'll tip it over. Bobcats coming right. Swing. There's going to be Warrenson now for Brooke. Trying to throw back right corner, and a little bit too strong. It's out. (11-7). Next one's over. Warrenson in the middle for Miller. That's going to be a double hit. Or a lift. I always get those two mixed up. They'll call it. 11-8 the score. Yeah, Finn Sins, those last two against John A. 25-16, 25-18. Wow. Blocked. Gibbs throwing it backwards. Johnson will go for Furlow. She'll sit over a free ball. Bobcats coming back. Swing. Blocked. Net. Couldn't get over Frontier, and it's 12-8. I know this is not in region play, but I'm going to give this one for you because that's who we're going to play on Friday. Kaskaskia at Rend Lake. Going to the Blue Angels in 3, 25-16, 25-16, 26-24. That's who we got on Friday. Big time swing by Cassidy King in the middle. And it's 12-9. Brooke Miller will check out. Ashland Hughes back in for her. I'm looking at Lakeland right now. Over Southeastern Illinois. And Lakeland with the sweep as they assume they were up 2-0. They will finish it off. So Lakeland winners tonight. Gibbs will go to Wernston. Now left side back to Maddie. There's Maddie Gibbs, another kill. (13-9). Layla and Lacey coming in. Next one's over. Frontier throwing it to the left. Swing. That hit the antenna. 14-9 up by 5. So what am I missing? Shawnee at Wabash Valley. Got 2 eliminated teams there, and Wabash really, I mean, this had a tough start to the year in region play. 3-11 coming into tonight. I mean, they had a rough start, never really recovered. Lincoln Trail started off well, and they found a rough stretch, and they've came back, but is it going to be enough? Wabash in 3, it looks like, over Shawnee. That moved the Warriors to 4-11. Shawnee to 2-13. 14-10. Next one's over. Grace in the middle. Going for Pullman now for Ashland down line. Got it. Back up by 5. 15-10 in the 4th. Maddie serves it over. Frontier. Set middle. Swing. Pullman's there. Now for Waltz. He'll come right side for Layla. Frontier coming back. We'll throw it in the right. Swing. Going to be blocked straight down. Ashland Hughes having a big-time game. Leading the Swick run. 16-10. They'll tie our largest lead tonight at 6. And speaking of Lacey Pullman, too, I tuned in Monday. Said at the top that got over from Gibbs, but I'll hold my thought for a moment. Frontier, send it over down line. Walton for Pullman, gonna set Layla. Big time swing, yep. Swick with their largest lead of the night, 17-10. Way better performance here in the 4th set right now. Anyway, tuned in Monday. I had the question because Joey came in, and Joey Hurley came into the game. Her and Lacey Pullman, high school teammates, all 4 years. And I asked the question, I was like, how many combined points do you think those two play together? Another block! 18-10. I was like, how many points do you think those two have played together? And I said 15,000 as a number because, I was just kind of going off high school and here in collegiate, but Joey's mom came up here to me, and nice to meet her. And, she told me, they've been playing since 4th grade. As Frontiers are going to get a point here off the block. They'll end the run of 8 straight by Swick, 18-11. And I was like, I remember Joy saying that. I wasn't 100% sure, and in the moment, didn't really know. And they play, and they've played club together. I was like, that's probably right. I should probably assume that based off of, from them two playing same high school, all that. So, I just want to give an update there. 15,000 probably way off now, thinking about it. From 4th grade, I mean, how many games do they play in the middle school level? That's something I don't even know. And I assume they go to 25, right? Maybe they go to 21. All new realm. Frontier at the kill, 18-12. So that's the number, maybe I should just ask them to. What their answer, they think their answer is. Something we might have to hold for, get one of them up for a post-game interview next few games or so. See what they think, because I'm really interested in that number. Ashland, good spot, 19-12. So if we're talking, 15,000, and you got club. I don't even know how many games you play in club, right? And you got middle school, 4th grade. That's a long time. So Is 50,000 a good number? Is that too much? I don't know. Frontier. Blocked by Brooke. Into the net. Third hit. Battling it over. Walton diving out. Now back to Miller. Bobcats coming right. Tip over. Porter going for Pullman. She's going to set Grace left side. Frontier diving out is there. Now go to the left with Spark. Brooke off the net. Layla got over the third hit. It all was possible by Lacey getting there. Gets to another one. Frontier coming back. Throwing it right. Swing. Going to be blocked. Brooke sends it back and got it. What a battle. And Swick is the first team to 20. Here in the fourth set, 20-12. It was a good battle, really good battle. And that's one that we might have lost last night. It's a middle area. Swick coming back. Lacey gonna set Bailey. Tip over, got it over. Bobcats left side with Spark. Walton, Pullman gonna set Grace down line, got it. Grace Johnson makes it 21-12. Within 4. Walton will serve it over. Frontier throwing it left. Going to be blocked. Bobcats coming back to the left. Going to be blocking again. Nope, got around it. Walton was sitting over that first hit. Frontier to the left. Swing off of Bailey. Going to be a kill. 21-13. So this is the last game of region play. We don't have the final for. Lakeland at 3 over Southeastern Illinois. Vincennes at 3 over John A. Logan. And Wabash Valley at 3 over Shawnee. I'll get you an updated standings, updated look at the region on the postgame. Big one Friday I'm going to have to miss at Kaskaskia. Into the net. Swick is 3 away. I mentioned to some of the girls like a week ago that I'm going to have to miss. I got Beverly's football. We got a big one Friday. We got home field advantage on the line for the first round of the playoffs. We win. We should have it. Home field advantage. Host a playoff game. And so I got to be there, but I also got to be there because we're 3-0 when I'm calling the game. Frontier sends it out, 23-13. We're up by 10. How about that? And 3-0 when I'm there, 3-2 when I'm not. So it's like I got to be there. So I'll have to miss Swick volleyball. It's sort of the last game I'm missing though, so you shouldn't be too upset. But they were giving me some fits about it. Still are. Walton back right corner will track it down. Miller free ball. Missed that one, 23-14. Look on her face. Just kind of went off her head and was horizontal like a line drive instead of going vertical up in the air. But I think Swick volleyball plays better when I'm not here anyway. That might be the case. Last year it wasn't. This year it is. But I think it's because I've done so many games this year. Definitely have done more this year than I did last year. Wernson will throw it right side for the Leia. Swing. Frontier is there. Will come to the right. Tip over. Walton trying to keep it alive and couldn't. 23-15. Let's think about this. 4-0 with the opening weekend tournament was not there. Shawnee 5-0. Indian Hills lost 5-1. And that might be the last game I've missed. No, I missed Wabash. Hold on. There's a net interference for sure. And it's going to go against Swick, 23-16. It's 3 straight by Frontier. So what did I say? 5-1. Wabash, I missed 6-1. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. I haven't missed another game. I was going to miss the Southeastern game, but that got moved. That's out. Set. Game point. Make sure it's game point. Game point here. It's set 4 in favor of the Blue Storm of Southwestern Illinois College. Maddie Gibbs coming in for Bailey Henry. And Grace Johnson will look to get this one done here on a Wednesday night. Frontier coming middle. Swing. Livieri got it. 24-17. Frontier will need 7 straight to keep this game alive. Can we snap the 4-game losing streak right here? And it'll go down to the Bobcats freshman center out of Mount Carmel, Illinois, Sarah McCorkle, to keep the game alive. Have not won in 9 days. Wernson for Brooke, had it blocked. Oliviera, she had a really good game first time around. 2 when we played at Frontier, but man, I think she's having a bigger impact tonight. Freshman out of Puerto Rico. 1.5 blocks per set, 1.5 kills. Very good player for Frontier. 24-18. We'll try it again. Maddie on the receive. Addie going to throw it for Brooks. Swick got it off the touch. And Swick will snap the 4-game losing streak with a 4-set win over Frontier. 25-18 in the fourth. There's the win. Finally back in the win column. Man, that felt good. And we did not have the start we wanted. But all that matters is the finish. And we battled back and got it done. Swick wins it in 4. Frontier took the first 25-23. Swick comes back and wins the next 3. 25-22, 26-24, 25-18. Win number 17 overall in the season, 17-10, 10-5 in region play. Frontier falls to 17-16, 8-9 in region play. We're back in a minute to talk about it next. Welcome back here to Southwestern Illinois College. Welcome into our Swick Volleyball postgame show. Swick getting it done in 4 sets. Did not start the way we wanted. Went down in that first one, 25-23. We actually were up late in that first set, but Frontier comes back. I think what I say, 6-2 run after being down 21-19. They take that first set, and I think that was a moment where we said, we got to lock in, because I was getting a little worried, but we take the next 3, 25-22, 26-24, 25-18. So welcome to the postgame. Steven Stack with you. We snapped the 4-game loser streak. That's the big thing tonight. We also snapped a streak of 9 straight sets lost, which was a streak that lasted to last week. No, is 9 straight right? 1, 3, 3. No, 11. Because we lost the last set against Lakeland, 3 sets against Jeffco, 3 sets against John A., 3 sets against Middle Area, and then 1 set. That's 11 sets. I can't count. So even my own stat that I created tonight was wrong. Sorry, 11 sets that we lost in a row. That streak is over. It just feels really good to get back in the win column. It's kind of a lot of weight off our shoulders, or at least my shoulder. I'm sure for the team as well. That we're back to winning. It wasn't pretty, but I'll say this right now: it wasn't good. I don't think it was good to be a blowout. Obviously, you would like to win by more, but I don't think that should have been the expectation. I don't think that was going to happen. Frontier is a really good team. They are a team you got to really be careful of. You got to really watch out in the region. They are really good, and this is what's really good about them. Almost all their players are freshmen. They're going to be back next year. 3 sophomores on the roster right now. They have pieces to build with for not just next season, but the season after and all this. They are on the upcoming right now. They're coming up. They're on the come up, and it's only a matter of time before they're looking at a top 4 spot. One of the top 4 teams in the region that can hang with those teams. They've already shown they can hang with them, knocking off Vince Sids. A lot of respect for them and the way they've turned things around. They are a program that's starting to turn the corner, and especially after last season, 2-31 overall, 0-19 in the region. What a turnaround! What a turnaround for Frontier. And I'll say this right now: they get in. They're 8-9. Lincoln Trail's 7-8. Who's got the better win percentage? Frontier has the tiebreaker, but it would be right now win percentage because they don't have the same number of games played. So someone's got it. And they updated it. I updated my iPhone after a long time, and I don't like how they changed the iPhone. It's probably an update that was like 6 months ago. I just never updated my phone because I've been out of storage. Yeah, so Frontier has the better win percentage right now, so they still have that 6th spot. Even if they were tied, they would be Frontier would still have that spot because of the tiebreaker. So let's go to get you an updated look at the region standings right now. Let me do my math. So with that win as well, Swick is now just 1 win away or a Lincoln Trail loss from clinching a region tournament spot. Lincoln Trail is off to Saturday where they'll play Vincennes. So we'll get Kaskaskia Friday before that. So we can clinch our spot Friday, and that's gonna be a big one. All right, 1 second here. Let me do my math right now. All right, region standings. You ready? Here we go. Region standings look like this. John A., after they thought they played very well at the back end of that game against us on Monday. They win in 3 sets over Vincennes wins in 3 sets tonight over John A. As Maddie Gibbs is going to join us here. Maddie's got it. Hold on. I'll mute you real quick. We'll finish out my updated region standings once done here. Welcome in the freshman outside, Maddie Gibbs. Maddie, thanks for coming up here.
Thanks, Steven.
You guys get back in the win column. Wasn't pretty, but we're back in the win column, which has got to feel pretty good.
Yes, obviously coming off of that long losing streak, it was really, really hard, and we just came in today saying we need this game and we want this game, and the fight was there, and obviously losing the first set, that felt bad. That was rough, but we figured it out and we pulled out the win, and that was amazing.
Frontier is a really good team. I mean, I told you guys last night, you really cannot overlook them. They're playing some good volleyball. You saw it tonight. To beat them in 4 sets, it was tough. As I mentioned, it wasn't pretty. To get that win now, though, against a good team like Frontier, how does that feel for you guys, snapping a 4-game losing streak?
Since it was a good team like Frontier, they have greatly improved since last time we played them.
Yes.
It felt amazing just to be able to come in and play our game and win because we were putting the ball down and not because they were giving it to us.
Look, as you mentioned that first set, you guys lose 25-23, come back and take the next 3 very close sets, especially that second and third. What was kind of the message during the huddle in between the first and second set?
We kind of just said, got to pick our energy up. We got to fight for this set because we let them have the first set. We kind of just went out. We were dead. We were letting them win on our errors. And so we said, if we want this game, we have to let them earn it or we have to take it. And so we just went out in the second set with so much more fire than we came out in the first set.
It's been a really rough last week or so ever since that win against Vincent. We're sliding right now, and hopefully this win starts a new run in us. You got 3 games left: Kaskaskia Friday, Wabash Valley Monday, Lincoln Trail next Wednesday. You got 3 games left in the regular season before it really starts mattering in the playoffs. I mean, right now with 3 games left, what is your guys' mindset? I mean, what are you guys looking to accomplish before region tournament next weekend?
Right now we're saying every single game matters. Just because we beat a team one time does not mean we're going to beat them again. So we can't go into a game with a mindset of we've already beat this team, so they're just going to let us have it. So we have to go into every single game and earn our wins because every single game matters right now to earn us a good spot in the postseason.
Look at, for you guys, late in the season. We've talked about how good you guys were during that 8-game win streak when everything was clicking again. Now you guys have, as I mentioned, just kind of slide a little bit, losing the last 4 coming into tonight. How are you girls looking to stay connected and get back to where you are to that level of success with only a few games left?
I definitely think a win over someone in our conference is going to greatly just boost the morale. We played a couple of teams recently that just weren't really in our conference, so we didn't really take it seriously enough. But I think tonight, just beating this team and just starting our winning streak again, I firmly believe that this is the start of our winning streak.
Maddie, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming up. You deserve that too. So, give her a little bit of a punch.
I'm scared they're going to try and jump me when I walk away.
But
I'll tell you in class what happened tomorrow.
Second post-game guest, Ashley Hughes. Your mom already told me, so.
Yeah, well, I got scared.
Well,
and now I'm scared they're going to jump me when I walk out the door.
Hold that. You guys get the win. I was just talking with Maddie. It wasn't pretty, but win. I know for you guys, it feels really good just to get back to the win column after how the last week has went.
Yes, for sure. I think we needed that not only for our confidence, but for our team chemistry. I feel like the last couple of games we haven't really been building it, and we are kind of breaking each other down. And I think the win tonight for us is really good. It's a really big one.
Frontier is a really good team. I told you guys last night you can't overlook them. And you saw tonight how good they can play.
Mm-hmm.
How does that do confidence-wise to obviously get a win, but also get a win against Frontier, who's playing good volleyball? You guys beat a good team tonight.
Yeah, I think the fact that it shows we're still there and we're still that big team that can win and can push. I think that's what this win does for us. It shows us we're still there. I mean, Frontier just beat Vincennes not that long ago. They beat them in 4. We beat Vincennes in 5, and Vincennes is a huge team. So I think it's good for us to have that win in the win column, especially for region play.
Yeah, you look at we got 3 games left. That's before the region tournament. Kaskaskia, Wabash Valley, Lincoln Trail. All these games matter, not just to lock up a region tournament spot, which we're halfway there. We just need a win now, or a Lincoln Trail loss. We'll have that clinched. But just I think also you guys got to get back confidence-wise before that, but also you guys need to get back to the level of volleyball. How huge is that to hopefully return there in these last 3 games before the region tournament next weekend?
Yeah, I think We have a break tomorrow with practice. I think we're going to go in, work on some stuff, work on not only like drills and techniques, but us and our chemistry as a team and our ability to really play together. I think we're going to come back. We play Kaskaskia on Friday, and then we play Wabash on Monday and Lincoln Trail Wednesday. And Monday is Pink Out Night, and Wednesday is Sophomore Night. So I think both those not only are really big games for teams, but also like big nights-wise. So I think that'll help us really just to get to lock down. And Kaskaskia, it just comes with playing Kaskaskia. They're a rival team. They're only like, 45 minutes away from us. Yeah. So with playing them, that natural competition just comes. So I think these next 3 games will be good.
Well, Earth Day, too, this week has been rough. 4 games. Yeah. You guys haven't practiced at all since
Not
Sunday.
At all. Yeah. I think practice tomorrow will really help us. I honestly wish we would have had practice after, like, Mineral Area, and we could have had time. But you know what? I think it's going to work out in the way it's going to work out in our win tonight. And then I think it's going to make us have a better practice tomorrow because we know we're still that team and we know we can still win.
Well, one thing I'm trying to get, keep talking about the message that we can beat any team in the region. The only 2 teams we have not defeated yet is John A. and Lakeland, and 2 games that could easily have went our way if we were, obviously Lakeland 5 sets last time around. And then John A. Monday, we could easily take in those first 2.
Yeah.
But I think the bottom line message is we can do it. We can hang. We can beat those teams. We just got to show it on the floor.
Yes. I think at the end of the day, like, it is a confidence thing, and I told the team this walking in the Mineral Area game last night is if we have already resigned ourselves to a loss, we're going to lose. If we have no confidence and we're not playing like we're going to win and we're not playing like we believe we're going to win, we're going to lose. And I think that's what happened with John A., especially after the first set. That's what happened the first time we played them, too. We lost the first set after being close. Confidence was destroyed. We thought we were going to lose. That's what happened with Lakeland. Even though we went to 5 with them, we thought we were going to lose because they're a big team, but so are we. So I think we have to have that confidence and the belief in ourselves that we can go up with teams like Indian Hills and Mineral Area and Iowa Western and teams like this. I think that is what's going to push us to the end.
Yeah. Region play tonight, so Vincennes took down John A. in 3 sets.
What?
Yeah.
3 sets?
3 sets. And the last 2 were 25-16, 25-18. Yeah.
Dang. Wait, so is John A. still first or is Vincennes?
So, just getting that before Maddie came up here. So right now, John A. is 13-2. They're in first. Vincennes is second at 13-3. John A., with 3 region games left, has to play Frontier, Lakeland, and Kaskaskia.
Ooh.
And they cannot suffer another loss if Vincennes wins out. If Vincennes were to go...
How many more region games does Vincennes have?
3 left, and I had it pulled up who they have. I know one of them's Kaskaskia. Give me 1 sec.
Honestly, I think Kaskaskia could... They went to 5 with Vincennes.
Lincoln Trail. They got Lincoln Trail, so they got 2 left, actually, 13-3. So they have 2 left, Lincoln Trail and Kaskaskia. If Vincennes wins those last 2... and John A. cannot lose another game after that thing because Vincennes has a tiebreaker.
Right.
But this is where Thades are going to get a little interested. Lakeland is 12-3. They won tonight against Southeastern Illinois. They got 3 region games left. They have the tiebreaker on Vincennes. So,
dang.
So I was doing this tonight. There's a real chance that all 3 of them might tie. Which would be unbelievable.
That would be pretty crazy.
But I mean,
we should have freaking beat Lakeland. Ugh.
But say this right now. I mean, right now we're 4 seed. If everything holds, we'll get 5 seed Kaskaskia first round. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to think the 4 seed might not be that bad of a path.
I think
it's not
just the fact that we play Iowa Western first in district.
Well, for now.
For now, that is true. But that's where we're seated right now. Iowa Western's a huge team, and then we have to see Mineral Area again.
Yeah, but if we can win that region tournament, all that changes. So
that is true.
That's the plan.
That is true.
It's like, I'm trying to say this, if we can play some.
That
good
is true. Dang, I didn't think about that.
Good volleyball.
That if we win region, we get first in region.
I don't know about you.
All right.
You better finish off. What do you think's your score prediction tomorrow on the score on the exam for?
If I cheat off of you, I'm going to say 100. If I study on myself, I'm going to say I'm going to go 95 like I have been getting, hopefully.
Yeah, not 85.
Not 85. Okay, that was an outlier. That was an outlier. It doesn't count.
My outlier is at 97 or whatever it was, so.
All right, I'm wrapping up this interview.
Ashley,
I'll see you in class tomorrow.
Ashley, thank you for coming up. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right.
2 post-game guests tonight. Maddie Gibbs, Ashley Hughes discussing a big-time win. We're back in the win column. That feels good. Before we were interrupted by these two, we were talking region standings. John A. falling to Vincent's in 3. Lakeland defeats Southeastern Illinois in 3. And who else do we have? Wabash Valley and Shawnee over Shawnee in 3. And then Swick over Frontier in 4. Gives you the standings of this. John A. at first at 13-2. Vincent's at second at 13-3. Lakeland at third at 12-3. Swick in fourth at 10-5. Kaskaskia in fifth at 9-6. Frontier, the last team in still 8-9. They have the tiebreaker on Lincoln Trail as they sit at 7th at 7-8. That wraps out the week for me here for Swick Volleyball. They play Kaskaskia on Friday, hoping to come back into Monday, talking about a win on the pregame show with head coach Warren Thomas, who will sit down just like we do every Monday. So that's the plan. Got Lancer football Friday, hoping for some good news as I'm over there at Belleville East. It's going to be a lot of fun. Friday night, we got a big one, home playoff game on the line. So, I'm excited. I'm pumped up and hopefully excited for a busy week next week. I'm so excited. Lancer Volleyball has their regional playoffs, and they just defeated O'Fallon last night for the first time in a long time since 2010. They're Southwestern Conference champions. I'm so excited for them. I get to cover them Tuesday and hopefully Thursday for the regional championship. Hopefully Lancer football Friday night and then Swick volleyball on the weekend as well as we wrap out the regular season. I'm so excited, and I'm hoping we can go 3 for 3. That's the goal, man. I will take 3 for 3. I would love it so much if we could go 3 for 3. All 3 teams bringing home some hardware. Or advance, whatever, how you describe it next week. So thanks to our 2 post-game guests, Maddie Gibbs, Ashley Hughes. I love having having some fun with them. 2 trolls, I'll say that right. 2 jokesters on the team. They're something else. But great game tonight by us. We really rebounded well, and that's how we get it done tonight over Frontier. Thanks for tuning in tonight, folks. Have a good rest of your Wednesday. Have a good week. I will hopefully see you Monday. But until the next time I see you, I'll see you later.